Hello viewers, welcome to Ekam Academy. Let us discuss the concept of blood money that recently has appeared in news. Let us understand the context first, then we'll look into what is the concept of blood money, what are the features and what are the merits and demerits. First, let us understand why this was mentioned in news. So recently, one of the Keralite-based nurse who was working in Yemen was sentenced for murder in Yemen. So first we have to understand Yemen is a country in West Asia, located in geostrategic significant route also in the Indian Ocean region. So for mapping point of view, you need to check the location of Yemen. So Yemen is recently in news because of geopolitical tensions, food scavenge, right? So many things are there. So just please locate the Yemen on map, right? So then, what is this concept of blood money? So recently, as one of the nurse from Kerala was sentenced for murder, this concept of blood money was brought into picture. Let us understand what is the source of origin or where do we find this concept of blood money. So this is usually found in Islamic law or Sharia. So we know every religion is governed, most of the religions are governed by their own personal laws. So like that we have for Islam, it is Sharia, right? In the Sharia, in case if any person or the perpetrator have done any crime voluntarily or unintentionally, then he can award some compensation if the family is willing to accept. That is what the concept of blood money. Let us simplify it. So what is the concept of blood money? In case of a crime, if a person have done the crime intentionally or unintentionally, then as the victim's family have lost a person, we are not equating the life with compensation, but still to give some relief to the person's family, this compensation can be paid, and that compensation which was caused by bleeding of blood is nothing but blood money, right? So I hope the concept is clear now. Then how does it work? So first thing is both of the parties have to come to an agreement, right? That means they have to agree to the terms. Then only this can be formalized. Then there will be different factors that will be determining how much you are going to pay. It can be in the form of monetary payment or it can be in the form of assets also. But the quantum how much you are going to pay will be determined based on gender, citizenship, religion, etc. That means it is not uniform. Then if this is awarded, then whether will there be any additional punishments awarded by the state as part of the legal system? Yes or no means some states are having no other way of ensuring punishment if this compensation is awarded. But in some states, there will be some other form of punishments also awarded in addition to this concept of blood money. Now, let us understand the merits and demerits of this particular concept. So what will be the merit? So no one's life can be equated with compensation, but still as the person has been lost in that particular family, so compensation at least can try to decrease the pain which they're facing in that particular thing. That means they can move on and they can have some better life in case after the life also. Nothing will change, right? So we cannot bring back the person. So at least it will try to minimize the pain. So compensation will minimize the pain. Then it will decrease the litigation. Definitely when we are definitely when we are paying some compensation, it will decrease the burden of litigation on the courts. That means you need not go to the court and you cannot go for the trial and everything. So that is the merit. Then what is the demerit? So if you are going for compensation, definitely it may result in some forceful things. That means the person or the victim's family may be forced to accept compensation to avoid these punishments, or it can lead to sometimes abuse as well. Then what is the next demerit here? The next demerit is it will fail or it will prevent to ensure deterrence. So what is deterrence? So we know in Indian criminal justice system also, we have some theories of justice. One is retributive theory. Retributive theory says eye for eye. That means whatever you have done, same thing will be done to you in retaliation. That is eye for eye, retributive theory. Then second is deterrence theory. Deterrence theory is the main central pillar of Indian criminal justice system. So we generally award penalties and punishments of in case of any criminal offense. That is mainly not only to ensure that it is awarding some relief to the particular victim's family, but at the same time we are trying to ensure that in the future no one will repeat the same crime. That means it is trying to deter the future implications of that particular incident, right? So but here what happens if you're giving some compensation, easily the person is escaping from the criminal justice system. So it is like weakening of deterrence, right? So after understanding the merits and demerits, now let us look into whether India has any such provision of this blood money in Indian legal system. Right means in Indian Penal Code or in Criminal Procedure Code, do we find such system or such practice? Means in CRPC, we have a similar concept called plea bargaining. So this plea bargaining is nothing but when a person who have done the crime admits and confess that he have done the crime before the court, then court may award lesser punishment than what usually will be awarded. That is nothing but plea bargaining. It sounds similar, but it is not exactly the same related to blood money. Now let us look into the concept related question. So which of the following statements is correct regarding Sharia, right? So regarding Sharia law, what is the correct statement? 4 options were listed, and out of these 4, which you feel is the right option, let us know in the comment section. Then today we have discussed about the concept of blood money that we have seen recently in news. So where do we find this concept of blood money? What are the factors that will be generally used in determining the compensation, how much it has to pay, and in where we generally find the application of blood money, and does this have any merit and demerit? At the same time, we also have seen whether Indian criminal justice system has similar concept or not. So if you like the video, let us know in the comment section. Thanks for joining. All the very best.